Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. So in this ascending channel manner, similar to June, we've been talking about it for 10 days now, it seems, going back to this fractal and just applying it here. It's essentially the same angle and everything. We're just going in this ascending channel manner to the upside. Does it hold this? It hit the 618 level, or are we going to go back down to the 0.5 level of this diagonal pitch fan to the upside? Let's go take a look at the liquidity. What is this high block capital, you say? Well, people lock their liquidity into the charts to get burnt to a crisp by the market maker for not using a stop loss, and we get to see where those stop loss and or crispy characters are. So let's do it now. Booyah. So we got a little bit of a dip to the downside. We were talking about this retrace into the liquidity here. We got that retrace. Some of the millions of short liquidity up above that they could be retracing back into right now, building the wind up pitch to clear this, sweep this low. Looks like there is more liquidity to the downside on this 1 minute time frame, but it's easily lost to father time, so we have to expand our vision to the higher time frames to see where that lies. And sure enough, on the 7-day time frame as well, it's showing more liquidity to the downside. We have a good old pool of 15 billion or more down below 34k that we could come back into. So this retrace to stop out the 50xers of the shorts could just be a stop hunt before they continue on their journey. We were talking about that too yesterday. If you tuned in yesterday's stream, well, let's just go take a look at what we had there. We were talking about possibly coming lower and then coming up into that region. We have yet to sweep this pool just yet, and we hit a super trend. We'll go see what that super trend is. We could come up into these pools up in here, but we're gonna take a look in a moment. We're jumping the gun, so let's go ahead and keep looking at the liquidity on the monthly. Let's go see how many of you beautiful people have joined us today on this Saturday, November 4th. Saturday, November 4th. Oh, 3 beautiful souls on the live. Shout out to everyone here. What's up, APV? CNC. Yo, yo, yo. Fatality. That's right.
Fatality.
So they got these pools down here, and looks like they are coming back possibly to that 274 million 100x pool at 35,102. They let them survive for whatever reason. I'm assuming they closed at a 90% loss or something, but it normally disappears if they're no longer open. So going back into the monthly has a little bit more to the downside here, but you are building pools up above to justify a hit. They have to scare out as many shorts as possible before the true reversal. So this could be an ongoing process as we shift gears into a distribution possibility phase where we are going range bound. So we could be in this upwards channel range bound idea, similar to June, and they could hit some more. Looks like there is more to the downside on the monthly. Coming to the 3-month. 3-month also has that beautiful amount down below, but it is mighty far away. If we just look in the range we're at, we have some down at 33.2 and 33 even, and some double-digit pools along that way. The only double-digit pool is up at 37.8 on the longs. Very sparse in between, more draw to the downside. 6 month. The 6 month has this 57 billion up at 36.3. They don't always sweep it. We talked about them leaving some on the table. Could even be the protected positions of the market makers themselves that they leave alone. We've talked about how they do that here, how they left $127 billion alone, and they did it again up here. So they don't always sweep 100% of the liquidity. So this could be left alone, and they could be on their way to draw to the downside. Let's go see what the 2 year has in store. 2 year has 133 billion up at 36.4, 78 billion at 37.2. The other pools now beginning to form as they had previously been hit. The bigger draw to the downside, $261 billion down at 23.6. At some point, the idea is the narrative would go back before the halving to retrace and to retest the lows, the ultimate lows, and see what is on that chopping block. So let's go back to the monthly and go into the charts and turn on the MOMO, the momentum. So let's go ahead and do this now. Heads up display is on. What is this little bit of happiness? Link in the description for more. Momentummaster.info. Scroll down to features, toggle everything you like at your leisure, see what it looks like. Turn on the trend cloud, the baselines, the stochastic array. These things will give you insinuations of what we're talking about here. Okay, so we were looking at yesterday around here, this rejection of the cloud. We were talking about possibly coming lower, and we did, and we said we would probably get a bounce, but we didn't bounce in the region we were looking at. Why? Let's go ahead and take a look. We got the cross down event of the baselines. There was a super trend on the 4 hour here that we bounced off of. So we got a bounce off of the super trend. The baselines are crossed down on this 4 hour. Are we starting to reclaim this cloud and give a little bit of a bounce? If we go to the 6 hour, we also went beneath the cloud and managed to get back above it. The angle here was in the realm of tapering and now starting to curve up a little bit more. So let's go ahead and remove this idea and just see what's up. We're basically at where we were expecting to be tomorrow, which is now today. So let's go ahead and look at where we're standing. Okay, so the daily candle closed and reset some of the stochastic here. Williams has yet to cross down on to the alarming area on the daily. Daily baselines have crossed down. We talked about this yesterday, how this cross down event is your leading signal for a potential reversal. You have them in advance prior to every move, so it is worth noting. If we come to the 22 was getting some suppression, I believe, and they reset, and the Williams is now coming to fruition as it comes lower. Baselines have already crossed down here. So you have the daily baseline, the 22-hour baseline, the 12-hour baseline all crossed down. You had some previous bearish divergence as we hit the highs here on the 12-hour, and that bearish divergence is playing out, getting that suppression at that 50 level on the stochastic. The Williams now starting to open up here as it could possibly suppress on the 12-hour time frame. Looking at the 6 hour, the 6 hour attempting to take off here again, could meet with suppression if the Williams decides to do a hard reset here with the 12 and 22 suppression of the baselines. The baselines are crossed down on the 6 as well. 4 hour also attempting to muster some strength. For the most part, baselines cross down on here, and possibility of fading is inbound as the higher time frames possibly suppress the price. If we go to the hourly is starting to get overbought here, overbought and double topping on the stochastic RSI, the money flow above the RSI, suggesting that the money flow fatigues and dumps back out. If we can't hold this cloud on the hourly time frame, then this hourly time frame will possibly come back down, and this could be a double top scenario to open up this purple cloud some more. So until you can break this super trend of the bearish nature, the trend cloud is still possibly winning. We are above it as of this moment in time on the hourly. Can we maintain this range? Let's go see what this play was back on Friday. Looks like it was a 706. If we go even deeper, didn't make the 786, so it was a 706 pocket bounce from this retrace zone into the London close time frame of that third silver bullet time. So now we're going into the weekend. What type of pools do we have to operate under? Let's go ahead and do the retrace on here. We have some retracement zones to look at. That we were talking about the fair value gap in the vector up in here at 35,311. If we look at that 35,311 zone, there is no liquidity up there. The 50x pool of the 274 million is up at 35,467. 35,467 would put you just above this 706 right there. Right there. So there is a 50x pool up in this region that we could be coming back to as well. So we could be coming back into some of these shorts on the 1 minute here, as there is no immediate pools below. So retracing back into this 100xer at 35,102 and his partner in crime at 35,443, sorry, 35,467 could be the draw right now if we maintain this hourly cloud. So the hourly cloud would have to shift in a manner here and start to turn a little bit bluish as it did back here. We came above, it started to shift, and then right here was your clue. You had a stop loss hunt, and boom, they were gone from there. So does it do very much the same? We have come to the 706 region. Do we come up to that 706 and beyond? This is the weekend. You have low liquidity, so please be careful. We'll come back and wrap it up in a nutshell in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look at the total. And total. So total coming back into the range up above here, similar to Bitcoin. Total 3 getting a bunch of an altcoin rally. Let's go see what alts are doing well today. Rune, Neo, Wemix, Rose, Arb having some interest in the last day. And if we go to the Bitcoin dominance now starting to taper as the alts give a little bit of love, and we see the USDT dominance meeting with resistance on this 236 zone, and the bearish trend-based fib level. So if they come a little bit lower here, that means people inserting money into trades from USDT if this 236 holds. So coming back a bit lower on the USDT dominance. Interestingly enough, we're getting rejected on the cloud, while the curvature is suggesting we could curve out here. It is not maintaining the cloud, so coming beneath it for a possible bearish retest slash recovery of this wick on the 6 hour. That coincides with the idea of going up here. So if this does come into this region, you could be looking at a juicy opportunity for the range bound short idea. The lower time frames, the medium time frames of the 4 hour are possibly fizzling out, as we talked about the 6, 12, 22 and daily possibly doing a Williams suppressive move here, as the Williams talks about possibly suppressing this price some more. The daily time frame resetting, but still has a lot to retrace into and still be bullish. We are making higher lows and higher highs. So even if we put in a higher low down here at 33.8 even, that is still a higher low on a grander narrative scale. So a retracement slash suppression of the stochastics on the higher time frames, which translate into a retrace. The weekend is most likely going to ping out some liquidity and grab whatever's thickest. So the main thing that's happening right now is this hourly time frame. How does the hourly time frame hold? London generally takes it to, where is that? Asia normally fades into London, so the rarity of Asia pumping it up to here is few and far between. So you'd most likely go sideways and hold this range until London, if that, possibly go even lower, hold this range, ping the liquidity. We don't really have much liquidity to grab except for on the upside, so coming to this 34.96, basically 35k region, coming up to here. We'll see. We will see. It is the weekend, so I don't expect any massive moves, although the last weekend we did get some on a Saturday. We got some over here, a little bit up, push up, but then it basically pushed up on Sunday. So we could see a little bit of the same, basically pinging the range, coming up, hitting that 35k region. The 50x pool is up there. Basically, can we hold this cloud and shift the angle of this hourly right here or not? The original idea was to see a retracement down into the depths below. So I was looking at the 6 hour time frame here from yesterday. The yesterday angle was talking about breaking the cloud. If I was saying it would come down to here, retest, and then continue lower, it did not do that. It held. So this is why we are shifting our narrative from yesterday. We got the A wave insinuated well enough from up, basically up here, and now where can it go from this point? So the chance of it coming up to this region, knocking out those 50x pools up here in this $274 million short range, clearing the 50x and then fading from that point, we will see. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Basically, holding this cloud is the key on the 15 and the hourly. Can you hold the cloud and of the Clan McCloud and head up into this 50x pool of shorts? Let's go say what's up. Love it. Nice. All right, guys, so that is the time that I have for you. You have the fib retracement zones down here and up here. 706 is just above this pool here, so coming up and rejecting off that, perhaps. We will see. All right, guys, thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same, bringing the fire, the accuracy, the precision, all that fun stuff, and we'll catch you on the flip